They are the preseason favorite to once again win the Metro Atlantic. Here's how they'll line up. Robinson's the kid we previewed. Micah Seaborn was also all-conference. Chris Brady had a double-double against South Carolina. Usual starting lineup for the U of M. Same five, including the Lawson brothers, Jeremiah Martin, Markel Crawford, Chad Rycook in the middle. Your referees for this game will be Steve Olson, Mike Stewart, and Timothy Nestor. Mr. Nestor will put it in the air. Tigers in white, Monmouth in navy blue are underway.
Expect both teams to play a lot of man-to-man. Might see a little change up for the Hawks, but primarily both teams will go man.
They started last game looking in at Rycook, a little high-low look. KJ is going to try to set that up. And this kid has been nothing short of a assist machine. It's KJ for the three. Won't go, and Rycook gets an offensive rebound. This is not a great offensive rebounding team, really not a good rebounding team. Totally. Let's meet the other member of our broadcast crew. Here's Chelsea Chandler.
All right, guys. Well, Monmouth is off to its best start in 26 years. They have a starting record of 8-2, 36-10 since the start of last season. They're looking for their 8th consecutive win tonight against the Memphis Tigers. This would tie their school record in the first ever meeting between these two teams. Guys,
28 wins a year ago, and they lost in their conference championship game, so they went to the NIT. Rycook can't get either to go. That's been a problem for the big guy. He is now 6 of 24 on the year, and here is a three. They don't waste any time, and that one will turn over to the Tigers.
And watching practice last night, they really pushed the ball up the floor, and W. Smith, the Tigers will have to get back and recognize where the shooters are, because they've got anybody that's comfortable putting it up.
You know, a couple of things, and there was a near turnover. Great look inside. This one he doesn't miss. And the Tigers get on the board first.
A little pressure. Memphis broke it easily and made the Hawks pay once they broke the pressure.
The couple of keys here, they will turn you over to the tune of 16.5 times a game. That one's way off. And there's the first foul in the game. It'll go against Pierre Sarr, kid from Senegal. And there's a good look at King Rice. Background is the North Carolina program.
Yes, David, that would be correct. He's a Tar Heel.
Yeah, Duke man had to spit that out. The guys to my right, to my left.
Yes, Lamar is just grinning. That's exactly right.
Lamar Chance, he's a North Carolina guy. Another great feed. Same result. 4-0-2. Dunks for the big guy.
Really good start for Rycook, and that's exactly what Memphis would like to see, him involved in the game early. Get some confidence.
There's a nice leave, and inside. This kid, Chris Brady, is pretty good. From Green Lawn, New York, that's where the school is from. In case you're wondering, a small liberal arts school, about 4,000. An hour from New York City, about 3/4 of a mile from the ocean. They have a beautiful on-campus facility.
It's a little too close. That could be tempting on a collegiate afternoon.
Shot clock at 10.
Tigers got to get in their offense now.
Crawford's going to have to force here. And the rebound to Brady. So that's the one area where the Tigers really do a much better job. They're +7 3/4 on the year. This team is about a -2 when it comes to the boards.
Martin will have the job of handling Robinson most of the night.
They got him a little space, and
that's all he needs.
Away. That's the first lead in the game for Monmouth, and that's the 187th three-pointer by this kid. He takes over 6th place all by himself in Monmouth school history. So the Tigers are going to have a battle on their hands. This team will shoot fast and shoot furious. They can make threes, and that one's knocked out of bounds off the Tigers. And he's got 5 in the lead for Monmouth is 3.
You just don't get a chance to relax at all. You think he's a little far out, and immediately it's launched. And he knows what to do with it if you give him that opening.
He just went over 1,500 points all time, too. Great give. Jeremiah finger roll this time. And Rycook has all 6 of the Tiger points.
All on penetration and then give to him.
That one's up for grabs. Oh, my. It finds a way. He's got 7 of their 9. KJ thought about going inside, they'll regroup. Just a tough man-to-man.
Yeah, they're quick, they're aggressive.
Well, they thought about posting Martin on the little guy. Now Jeremiah is going to go with a teardrop himself, and the Tigers got that one to go.
Well, again, you may not be that familiar with the Monmouth program, but this is a very experienced group that has gotten better the last several years. Had a great season last year, and they're playing tonight. They expect to play well and have a chance to win this game.
Well, that 4 minutes and 16 seconds went by very quickly. I can tell you that. That, by the way, goes off of the Tigers. It'll be the Hawks that have it when you come back. You're watching the Landers Challenge on CW30, your local sports station. The officiating crew was asked a little bit about how that thing went off and out of bounds. They said it was kicked by the Tigers. It'll be Monmouth's ball. Kid Robinson living up to the billing. He's got 7 of them now. Good move. But it will go out of bounds. Last touched, I think, by the Tigers, and that was Jalan Hornbeek.
Yeah, Rycook deflected that. What a start he's off to. 3 of 3 from the floor. He's already got his seasonal average. Average is just under 6. He's already got that. If he makes his free throws, he'd have 8 in the ball game.
Step back, Hornbeek. Ooh. And that's their second 3 in the game, and the lead now is 4. Nobody's playing defense. They're 5 of 7 in this game. Tigers 4 of 6. KJ really has set up Rycook a couple of times. Dietrich hasn't gotten going. And there's a little touch foul on Hornbeek.
You can tell that Monmouth really concentrating on forcing somebody other than Dedrick Lawson going to come up with something.
Well, you'll take those. That was not a lot. 3 fouls already on Monmouth. Not 1 on the Tigers yet. And that one's batted away. Quick hands by Hornbeek. They were looking for Dietrich. Got to get him going.
Yeah, your best player, you got to get him some touches. And again, Dave, the Tigers have kind of trying to figure out this defense a little bit. They've taken some time, and 10 seconds and under, the defense really has an advantage. They got to get their offense a little quicker. Kind of feeling things out at the moment.
They're in it for real now. Middle of a stretch where 9 of the next 10 opponents are all over 500.
Oh, nice pass inside.
That's brotherly love, but a good play knocked out of bounds. That'll go off of Brady. This kid we mentioned had double doubles. He's a guy who can block too. 10 blocks on the year. Nope. Clock at 20. And that's how you get Dietrich going. Look at the left hand there too.
Yeah, that's in traffic. Made it look easy.
2-point Monmouth lead.
And you really have to communicate where the screens are. Make sure you've got a hand and face.
And that's a clean block by Rycook. Brady again, though, and he makes them pay. Back up 4. They're quick.
And they'll play 10 or 11 players, too. They'll keep this pace up the entire ball game.
And they got a kid who hasn't played yet, Josh James, who started their first 8 games. Had a concussion, and he has not played the last 2, but they think he will play in this one. Let's see if they double Dietrich.
Triple aimed it down low. They're just not going to allow him to have easy shots, forcing the other guys to step up.
And Martin nearly loses the ball. KJ. Oh, just didn't go. They get the new clock, but here comes Pierre Sarr from Senegal. He gets up to the little guy, and they do not waste time. That's the first brick they've thrown up in the game. KJ pressing it. That was a clean block on Dietrich. And finally a whistle. Crowd was going crazy in that end zone. KJ
Lawson trying to get the crowd involved. They have a good sign for Memphis. Chad Rycook has been involved at both ends of the floor. Good help defense. Again, 6'11". You don't have to block everything. That time he's able to do it. Stand in the way. He's had already a solid offensive start, helping out the other end as well.
That was on Pierre Sarr, his second. That's 4 now on Monmouth. KJ has yet to score in the game. It is a 4-point Hawk advantage. Into the game for the first time, young man named Mustafa Traore. He is from Philadelphia. Also into the game, Diago Gwynn. Second one rattles home. 2-point game again. Tigers had a short lead in this game with 2, and that was it. Here's a deep 3.
Wow.
My goodness. Justin Robinson, a couple of threes already.
He's 5 feet beyond the 3-point line. That's a long-range shot.
Doesn't that release remind you, Nick Moore?
Right, and his performance is a scary similarity in terms of his production.
And the Tigers down by their biggest margin of 5. Here's Martin for the answer, way off. KJ Dietrich tries to save. He was standing on the corner line. And Robinson's already got 10 points. He's already surpassed the 4 that he needed to get to 1,500. We heard he was prolific. He's better than maybe we knew.
Yeah, really impressed. Again, watch this. Just a split second. He's well beyond 5 feet beyond 3-point line. Nothing but the bottom. You just cannot relax or turn your head for a moment on Justin Robinson.
Martin's done a good job on just about everybody he's defended. This time they go to his zone.
Yeah, going to have to a little bit. Try to extend out and make sure that nobody goes unnoticed. And they're extending it out as well.
And he gets past Crawford. Wouldn't go.
That's 6'5", Markel Crawford with leaping ability, shadowing him.
Another nice pass into Jamario Rivers. That was stripped away beautifully by Micah Seaborn. You can see why he's second team all-conference in the Metro Atlantic. Quick hands there. The Tigers trying to get back, too. This team is as quick as anything we've seen so far this year.
They just put waves of pressure on you, David. You're exactly right. And it's a team with a lot of confidence. Even though, as you talk about mid-major, they've got a little chip on their shoulder, and they're not intimidated. Yeah, we talked about it. They let South Carolina lose in overtime on a buzzer beater by 1 point. Again, a future Tiger opponent later on this month here.
You saw Austin Tillman come in. The good news is Justin Robinson just left the game. Now maybe Memphis can take advantage quickly. Crawford to try. And there's the first Tiger 3 tonight. So that'll cut it to 2 in a hurry. And now you got to play D, and the Tigers stay in the zone.
Now, as long as they're active, if you're active and you know where men are and you make sure that you stay on shooters, you're fine. Sometimes you get relaxed in a zone. That's where problems occur. That's
Colin Stewart, who had the ball for a moment there. He's another 6'8" guard who can shoot lights out. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Seaborn lost the handle. Tigers in transition first time. Crawford ahead of everybody. And the one-hand tomahawk. Back quickly, no, and a whistle on the rebound attempt here, and it looks like it's going against Memphis, and this will be the first foul on the Tigers in the game, and we've come to the under 12-minute media timeout.
Markel Crawford has added some important offensive punch for the Tigers. Gets his feet set, hits the 3. He's been very active. Tigers need some help for Dedrick Lawson early, and Markel Crawford has provided. All tied up at 17 here in the first half.
13 so far from long range, but Coach Smith does think that he does have the potential to continue to improve throughout the rest of this season. So far, he's only got 15 points, 3 assists, 5 boards in his last 3 games, so we're looking for a little bit more out of Christian Kessie. Back to you.
Well, it's Markel Crawford who's provided the last 5 in a row for the U of M, and they're sharing again. You know, they got the fifth best ratio in the country, assists to turnovers tonight. 6 assists, yeah, 7 buckets, only 1 turn.
Yeah, 2 to 1. If you can get assist turnover for your guards is great. The Tigers starting backcourt well over 3 to 1 between Crawford and Martin. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, still marvel at those 35 assists. Collins gets a man in the air. And they've got a little cold. That's a push. They got KJ. Mike Stewart saw it. And it's the right call. That'll be the second foul on Memphis.
Getting good ball movement. Martin leaves his feet. KJ's going to get a little assistance there, maybe pushing off.
So they'll set it back up. Austin Tillman. A little bit different look. The backup point guard to Robinson. Almost fumbled away. Rivers finally did get it away. Here he goes. All by his lonesome, and the Tigers regain the lead.
Every Tiger player who has entered the game has scored.
That's what you like to see, sharing the ball. I don't think you get an assist on this. Stewart got it to go. That was not the best defense in the world.
You can't allow dribble penetration against your zone.
Tied at 19, and Martin trying to be patient. You get an up and down game like this, you can lose your patience easily. Here's KJ, this one for three, and that one will go, and the Tigers have their biggest advantage tonight.
Rivers, the point, 6'8" with his wingspan, a real formidable challenge for the Hawks up in the top part of the zone. That's why you can't allow dribble penetration on the baseline.
Nearly another turnover. Good D by Dietrich. Tigers in the midst of a 10-2 run, looking for more. And that one will not count. If this were the NBA, that would be continuation. And that'll be the 6th team foul on Monmouth.
One of the nice things, Lawson, in traffic, he's really done a good job, David, of not forcing it. You can tell that Monmouth is obviously keying on him. He's not frustrated. He's allowing the game to come to him. That's a very mature sign. Again, only a sophomore.
Crawford looked at Rivers, couldn't go there. Once again, the patience. That double, he saw it coming. That was actually a good pass. Rivers wasn't ready. Can Martin get that one to go? The bank is open.
That's a tough move. In traffic, up over with the window.
So he's got 4, and the lead is 5. It's the biggest for Memphis. Nearing the 9.5-minute mark.
If you're looking for positive, Memphis has a tendency to look for loss and expect him to do everything. That's not been the case tonight because it hasn't been there. And other guys are stepping up. So that's a good sign for Tubby Smith's Tigers.
Early on, it was Rycook, and as you said, now everybody's gotten into the act. And the goal, Brady missed an easy one. Lawson gets the rebound, and the Tigers take off. Rivers beat everybody down and then draws the foul. Nice little run here. It's 12-2, and you're looking for more, and you got to wonder, will Rice King get Robinson back in?
Good job by Dietrich Lawson looking up ahead. Rivers corrals it. Can't get it to go, but the effort will be rewarded at the free throw line. Good job by Dietrich Lawson keeping his head up. Sometimes guys keep your head down. You can't see the floor, and a nice execution.
They're bringing back the star, Justin Robinson, back into the game. He had those quick 10 points. And I mean quick when I say release. Rivers, one of the better free throw shooters at 75%, makes them both. And the Tiger lead is 7, and that makes it a 14-2 run now.
The change from man to zone, a nice move by head coach Tubby Smith, and it has caused more problems for Monmouth having to shoot up and over the Athletic Tigers. Again, dribble penetration disaster against the zone. Cannot allow that to happen, and Seaborn with a nice play.
And we saw, again, another quick step by the guard. They've got 3 or 4 guys who can score, 4 in double digits. And Crawford, they played off of him. Can't make him pay. And here's the speedster Robinson. Wide open underneath, and somehow that missed. Brady missed a wide open dunk. And the horn inadvertently going off here. 27 on the clock, and now the crew's going to get together here, and I have no idea that Rycook's going to get in the game. I don't believe the horn was sounded on purpose there.
It looked like an inadvertent. Nobody looking across the way was signaling anything that I saw, David, looking at the scorer's table.
And there may be an issue with the clock, too. It may be stuck on 8:24. Steve Olson, veteran, and Timothy Nestor. They're going to talk this one over and see if this clock is working. You mentioned the Tigers stretch. They will be traveling to Norman, Oklahoma. It's a busy weekend for all Tiger fans. Are you going to Norman, or you're going to go to Boca, soak up the sunshine?
Yeah, somebody else I know at this table has got a little travel coming up in the next week or so.
I'm going to go to both. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I am impressed, though, with these Monmouth Hawks. 28 wins last year. So many threes. And let's take a look and see where the clock is. So the big man misses the dunk.
See if it stops right there.
It just
There's your issue.
And the horn went off as it froze. It almost triggered, apparently, the horn. Good job in the truck, not only to get the clock freezing, but also to hear the horn. John, you have any idea what they do if the clock doesn't get fixed here?
We'll figure it out. You can go to auxiliary. There's other. You got so many backups.
I know that they have extra clocks up on top, and I know they've got extra backboards, because you and I went to the game when they didn't, and it took 45 minutes to fix. If you'll recall, back in
Marquette,
the 90s.
if I remember.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Michael Wilson.
Exactly.
If I remember.
Yeah.
I was in my normal seat watching, observing.
That was a long fill, if I remember correctly.
And there was a time years ago where you didn't have backup backboards. That you just didn't have that there.
I know.
So you were in real trouble.
And here's one more look.
Good job by Rivers, just contesting that.
Now, whether if they got it at 17, that's where they think it should be. So that's where the shot clock is. It's 8:17 with 20 on the shot clock. And the Tigers will have an inbound underneath. I always, wonder, I know they got those things, but what about the system itself if the electronics goes out? Here's Martin, and they regroup, and the Tigers lead this by 5.
Man-to-man for Monmouth again. Although they're not extending a lot, they're helping a lot in the paint area, really congesting that area.
Greg Randall in for the first time.
Got a launch.
KJ should have. Now he does. It goes anyway, and that's the third 3 in the game.
Things are going to go pretty well when that's dropping for you.
Tigers very active in this zone. They still get the open look. Air ball. Tigers want to run with this team. It's the matchup you want. He turned away from the double. And that's tipped in by Diedrich. He's got points now. And the lead is 9.
Good job by Memphis keeping their composure. They really kind of had to feel their way and figure out what the best defense approach was with this quick Monmouth team that's not afraid to launch from anywhere, and multiple guys very comfortable putting shots up.
13-4 run by the Tigers. That's just the guy you got to watch. He's been brilliant. And a foul with 5 down on the shot clock. It'll be on Craig Randall.
Well, again, things are going to go well. KJ Lawson from the baseline. The 3 right as the shot clock expires gives the Tigers a 9-point lead with 6:57 left here in the first half.
So they're going to take one more look. That shot that was at the buzzer, they are trying to determine whether KJ had a 2 or a 3. So Memphis will either lead by 9 or 8. John, this is wild. This game was 17-17 with 11:22 to go, just under 7 now, and the Tigers have built this lead. It looks to me like his foot might have been on that line, huh?
Yeah, kind of hard to tell, though. Again, it's got to be a definitive look. I think
I don't think they're changing the score, so apparently that's going to stick.
2. They did change it. They did change it.
Oh.
The official just came over and said it was a 2. Yep.
So,
Dave, your point was right. When it's tied 17-all, Memphis went to that zone, and that's been the big change. Monmouth's had much more difficulty shooting over the Tigers. Not that
until
time.
then. And that's Micah Seaborn with a big bucket there, and the lead cut to 6. So they took the point off. It was 31 at one time.
And that was a correctable error because the ball had not been put back in after a dead ball, so they can go to monitor then.
Guess he was looking the other way and using the rim to protect it as Justin Robinson.
That was so subtle. What he did, use the rim to avoid the defender. That's not an easy play.
He's now got 12, and they're coming back using 4 guards, and look at how quick they are. The Tigers keep Rycook out there with Lawson and Rivers, who's now going out.
Yeah, this is 6'8". This is Rivers going to block that unless he goes underneath the rim, which he does. Makes it a very difficult play in traffic look easy. He's a handful.
He is. He's got almost half their points, and that one wouldn't go from way out.
Yeah, Monmouth will live with those shots.
Look at this little guy. He comes down, he gets the rebound, he makes the penetration, he draws the foul on Crawford. He's just everywhere.
That's just irritating. He is a very accomplished player. Again, as we've talked about, he's on pace. If he continues his 16 clip to be the career scoring leader, again in traffic, not bothering him, able to come across Lawson and somehow finds a way once again to create when it didn't look like there was anything there.
He goes to the line more than anybody on this team, 47 times this year. A rare miss. He shoots about 79%. It remains a 4-point Tiger lead. Their biggest was 9. And they were down by 5 a couple of times to this scrappy bunch.
Again, a lot of basketball fans might not realize the Monmouth program, but this is a tough out.
Since they've gone 4 guards, they're in the midst of a 6-0 run. Tigers did bring Crawford back in to go a little bit smaller. Here's the high-low, taking advantage. That ball was knocked away from Diedrich. He's got good hands. Lost it again. They're all over him, but that's an and one.
That's good second and third effort by Diedrich Lawson, not to be denied. So often when the big guy brings it down, they swat it away. Diedrich keeps his concentration, finds it, gathers himself yet again, and finally his effort is rewarded. 3-point opportunity. Good job by Diedrich Lawson.
That looked like it was on Hornbeek. They called it on Brady, and he's got 2. That's a big loss if that happens. And here's the free throw won't go. Tigers still struggle in that regards, coming in shooting only 61%. Hornbeek in motion, so quick with the release. It's a 2-point game.
5 seconds went off the shot clock before he launched. That's quick.
And they don't have a conscience about where they're going to go with it.
They have their style, and they are very comfortable playing, and they play very well this particular pace.
High-low, nice move, left hand, he's got 8.
Rycook did a good job of shielding the defender. He went on the front side, no backside help. He immediately gathered it and went to the basket. Nice move by Rycook.
Steve Olson with a whistle here. Approaching the 5-minute mark. Tigers lead it by only 4. And back to a man-to-man here. So we've seen a little bit of strategy from everybody. The zone, then they go small with 4 guards. That been picked away momentarily, and finally Crawford ends up with it. They're going to cheat toward Diedrich. That should leave somebody open and away from the basketball. Mike Stewart the call. And that should be the 8th foul called on the Hawks. It's the bonus now for Memphis, and I think it'll be Diedrich going to the line, who just missed one.
Yeah, I think King Rice's club was called for extending that forearm, trying to use it for leverage. You can put it out, but once you extend it, that's another point of emphasis they're going to call it. Really trying to increase the movability for the offensive players.
Diedrich's going to get the bonus this time. He's now got 7 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Monmouth with 8 fouls in this game. The Tigers still a ways away with only 4 from giving the bonus. And there is the bonus for the big guy, and the Tiger lead back to 6.
Monmouth with a good job. They spread you out on the floor. 1-4 set here. Looking for a quick screen. Guys moving real quick for a quick pop. As soon as you relax, just enough, or turn your head. Get ready to shoot.
A pretty good job on this guy, right? He's had the assignment to stay with him, and he's done a pretty good job. That was forced all the way, and there were 3 on the clock. Kessie's come in not as a shooter, but as a defender.
It's a big plus to give Jeremiah Martin some much-needed rest.
Here's the triple. Wide open for Kessie. Rycook, another rebound straight to the hole, gets hammered. No, they say just off of the Hawks. It'll be Memphis ball with a score 36-30. So we're at the under 4-minute media timeout. A little bit of everything. Zones, little guards, flying all over the place. And the Tigers have the lead by 4. You're watching the Landers Challenge on CW30, your local sports station. And they pounded the offensive glass. We thought they'd have an advantage there, John.
Tigers doing a good job there. 2-1 advantage in that category. And again, the assists, 8 assists for Memphis, only 2 turns. So again, continuing with torrid pace in that regard.
And Randall, who started off the year so hot from 3, couldn't get it to go. And there's the first foul in the game on Rycook. Chad 2 points shy of tying his career high. When I'm taking a look at him, I'm looking at 11 minutes and only 1 foul. That's a positive sign right there. And he's been aggressive in this game.
Maybe that's something the Tiger coaches have worked, particularly the last couple of weeks, because when Diedrich got early foul problems, that's when they had issues. He didn't have a foul until well in the second half Saturday against UAB. And as you mentioned, Rycook, first foul, we're nearly through the first half here.
That one won't go, and KJ's going to get it. I think the Tigers went with a box and 1 that time, and Kessie's got the assignment of taking Robinson. He's really slowed him down. I'd love to see Kessie and Randall both start to hit that 3. You could give more minutes that way instead of having to give the core 4 all of those 35, 38, 40 minutes. Here's Rycook, tough move. A little out of control there. And again, they make them pay. Man,
less than 5 seconds gone off the shot clock that time.
That's 5 threes now in this game, and I would say they've come, the majority of them, with about, what, 7 seconds off the clock?
Yeah, it's quick. That time a little pressure, and Memphis was able to beat it, but couldn't come up with a basket.
That was Diego Quinn, the sophomore from New York City, that did a pretty good job there. Lawson comes back into the game. Kessie's going to get a breather. Rycook's going to go out. Martin comes back in. That was, as you pointed out, that's big to get some rest here.
Yeah, again, Martin plays so hard. You've got to give him a breather periodically.
Hawks have stayed in this man-to-man the whole time. Diedrich finds the shooter, and that time Randall is able to get it through.
Very unselfish play by the Tigers. Randall gets the sights righted this time for the big 3.
Lead back to a manageable 6. And this time it'll be Martin's job to stay on him. That double works out. It'll be off the Tigers. They'll get a new clock too. 2:03 to go in the half.
Memphis, very unselfish play. Good reason why their assist-to-turnover ratio is so good. Finally, they find Randall from the corner, and he gets a much-needed 3. Good job by Lawson, who made the defense commit to him and kicked it over to an open teammate.
That was Randall's 19th 3 this year. That's really out of control. Diedrich getting close to a double-double. Finds Martin on transition, and they make it work. An 8-point lead with just under a couple of minutes left here. They've done a much better job on Robinson, just denying him the ball.
Once he went out, he's never really gotten back in rhythm like he was early in the game.
Randall cheated out, saw it coming, reverse layup. Now he's got 5, and here's a double-digit advantage. The Tigers closing with a flurry. I thought King Rice may take a TL, but he's going to let him go. 7-0 run by Memphis after they'd gotten close.
He is exhorting his troops.
No, he looks a little tired. That's a lot.
Oh,
Good
nice
play to a guard who's 6'8", Colin Stewart. And now there's 50 seconds left to go. Tigers by 8.
2-3 zone now for Monmouth. Got to be a foul. Good job by Lawson.
What else could Jalen Hornbeek really do? You're looking at a guy got a bunch of size and strength on him. He was beaten. That's the best thing to do. And, you know, frankly, when you're only getting 61% of your, or I should say 66% of your free throws.
Yeah, good recognition by Memphis. Got a size disadvantage inside. Took it right in there and to make it at the free throw line.
Now he's making them pay. 9 now with 9 rebounds and 5 assists in this game. That's absolutely perfect. Robinson finally misses one of those quick releases. Tigers could slow it down here. 10-second differential. Game clock, shot clock. Memphis by 10 wants to build.
Well, trap now, half-court trap.
And that's a block. And that's going to be 2 free throws coming for Jeremiah Martin. Martin started off very slowly this year at the line. Last game, he was very good from the stripe.
Yeah, and as a point guard, he's going to have to be consistent because he's going to get a lot of chances, particularly down the stretch, because he's going to be handling the ball.
I'll tell you what, this is a great first half, and it doesn't seem like that, but Dedrick Lawson has 10 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists in this game.
Oh, that's a good point. It has been a good. Memphis has been tested in a number of different areas. They had to change. They had to keep their boys. Tubby Smith's made some nice adjustments. And more importantly, they've got contributions from other guys. That'll pay dividends in other games when they have to count on. This game, Dedrick was covered so tightly and with multiple guys inside. Other guys had to step up, and they've done so.
Contributions everywhere. 7 different Tigers have scored. They come up empty at that. Shot clock's turned off. And a little pressure on Robinson. Oh, he split that double with that pass beautifully, didn't he? And they'll just play for the final shot now. Memphis will have a halftime lead for sure. And here's that box and one. They got the big guy Crawford on them. And Markelle picks his pocket. Checks the time. This will count. Wouldn't go, but a very entertaining first half by the University of Memphis, having to overcome a very tough Monmouth team.
David, we expected a tough game. That's exactly what Tubby Smith and the Tigers have seen in the last 5 minutes. Very good push to finish the first half.
So Tubby's going to feel pretty good, I think, about this whole thing. He's made a couple of good moves. He had a counter going small. He went to a zone. He went to a box and one. Did a lot of great things, and he joins our Chelsea Chandler.
All right, Coach, a good first half, but how are you going to take away the 3-point in the second half?
Well, I thought we solaced them a little bit at the end of that first half, but I was more impressed with our ability to really take care of the basketball, because they were really trying to trap us with the 11 assists. Dedrick, obviously, we got to keep trying to get him the ball as much as possible.
You had really good ball movement. How will you repeat that in the second half?
Well, you know, I was happy to see Craig make shots. We got to make the outside shots. They're doing a good job of really trying to keep the ball off Dedrick. But we have a size advantage, so we have to keep trying to capitalize and take the ball inside.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
So Tubby very pleased. That's percentages, and you see the three-point field goals. Well, that's expected. That's what Monmouth does. But the Tigers with that 21-point advantage on rebounds. They also had a nice advantage, 26-14 in the paint. They shared the ball, 11 assists and only 2 turnovers. And that little gimmicky defense, the box alone really slowed down this kid Robinson, who was brilliant for the Hawks.
Yeah, again, good adjustments by Memphis, and Diedrich Lawson, well, he does his normal. Another double-double, this time pretty efficient. Only 6 field goal attempts by Lawson in the first half. 10 points, 10 rebounds. Good second, third effort there. Good recipient, left-handed shot in traffic, but the guy who really got the Hawks going in the first half, Mr. Robinson, just 5'8". You get a great feel why he's the conference preseason player of the year and why he probably will be the career scoring leader when this season is done.
13 points in the first half for him. The double-double, as you mentioned, for Diedrich.
Also led all players with 5 assists in the first half.
You got a triple-double that way. You know, one night it might be blocks. Don't, by the way, count out this Monmouth Hawks team. They were down by 5 with 13.5 seconds to go against Holy Cross and came back to win the game. So they're a team that's tenacious. They can come back and haunt you. And this is the guy that can do it for them. The quick release was way off the mark there, and the Tigers will get the ball. And we'll see what they can do. Lawson was outstanding, but you ended up, John, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different guys scored. The only guy who didn't score that played was Christian Kessie, and I thought he did a great job of defending Robinson.
Did a good job defending and also gave quality minutes for Martin to get some rest.
Everybody starting the same way they did the first half. And Rycook was really hot, scored the first 6 points. Look what I found. KJ. And the biggest lead of the night, now 12. Rycook with the block. This is one of his better performances. And he's got the one big guy who outweighs him that's been on him. Here's Crawford. No. That's one of the first open looks they've had, and that'll be a foul on KJ.
Rycook has been active at both ends this time. 6'11", gets just enough of Robinson's shot to block it. Most importantly, he controlled it to get the Tigers in transition. Nice defensive play.
That's his 3rd block. Tigers have 4 in the game. And that one, dead-eye, coming from Hornbeek, who's now got double digits in the game. For the Hawks, he's got 12. Memphis lead 9.
It's like a 2-3 zone this trip down for Monmouth.
What a good look. 6th assist in the game for Diedrich. And that is a career high. Or ties it. His career high for Rycook. He's got 10. Maybe this is a coming out party for him.
The Tigers would sure like to be able to count on him. 5-6 minutes each half. Offense, some rebounding.
Another long range. Hornbeek again. He's got all 6 now in this half. Just like that, it's down to 8.
This is the difficulty with this team. In the first part of the game, it was Robinson who really lit it up, but you got 3 or 4 guys who can actually take over and are comfortable doing so for this team.
Well, you realize they'd hit 91 threes coming into this game. Now they've got 8. So the next one they'll hit will be 100 threes in just 11 games. Good move by Lawson, but a better defensive play. And somebody's going to get on him, and he's smart enough to draw the 3-point shot. Jeremiah Martin, and taking over this game now is Jelon Hornbeek. He's a senior from Arlington, Texas, a transfer from Oklahoma.
Well, you're so aware for how quickly they can shoot the shots. Martin leaves his feet, which is tough. Very rarely are you going to block a three-point shot, so you don't want to get too close. But Hornbeak has been on a tear to start the second half. As you mentioned, just taking over. Robinson early in the first half, Hornbeak here in the second half.
The Hawks have not had many opportunities. Normally a very good free throw shooting team at 73%. They're 1 of 3. The second one, no, won't go. So opportunities there, and Hornbeak's let him go by after he hit a couple of threes.
Shaking his head because he's better than 70% from the free throw line. Ordinarily, that's very acceptable.
Maybe it's the gym. Tigers haven't exactly shot lights up.
Maybe it's just stationary. Not accustomed to shoot a stationary shot. More really rhythm.
Good save by KJ. And Crawford couldn't get it to go, but he draws the foul. I believe that will be on Chris Brady. It is. And that'll be 3 on him.
Crawford's so athletic. Running the baseline. Nice job again by Lawson Fields' defense. Kicks it inside to Crawford. That's 6'10". Challenging 6'5", and Crawford gets the better of it. Gets some free throws for his efforts.
Crawford 5 points, 3 rebounds, make it 6.
David, I like what the Tiger players are doing. When Diedrich is feeling the pressure and the double and triple teams are coming his way, they are now looking to go right to the basket. And Diedrich very happy to be the assist man.
Tigers now 10 of 15 from the line. Crawford has become the best free throw shooter on the team, about 77%. That lead back to 9. The brothers switched that time, and they stopped the initial, but there's a big bucket for Brady, and it's down to 7 again. And a zone defensive look now for Monmouth.
Yeah, I think they'd rather see Memphis put it up from the outside rather than so many inside opportunities.
Now Martin did everything to finish that time. He made the great move. And that was fortunate it got away. Brady again. That's 2 offensive rebounds in a row. Brady's playing with 3 fouls. He's still aggressive. And that one won't go. That could have been the old-fashioned three-point play. 51-46. And we have come to the under 16-minute media timeout. Fast-paced game here. Tigers once led by 12. It's down to 5. Tigers built a 12-point lead, and then all of a sudden, this little pesky team from New York, New Jersey, Monmouth, they have struck back 51-46. They've been a little bit more aggressive on the boards. The Tigers were once pounding him in that regard. John Albright, things have changed. They've narrowed the gap to a couple.
You just don't get a chance to relax against this team. As you mentioned, you feel like you have a comfortable lead before you know it. Another guy's taken over. They can shoot the ball so quickly, and once they get on a roll, they really can put together buckets in a hurry.
Chad Rycook hits both those. He's got a new career high. He's the leading scorer in this game with 12.
Well, the leader for Memphis.
That's true.
Hornbeak's got 16. He has taken over here in the second half.
He's picked up where this guy Robinson took off.
Nice
what a bullet pass.
Pretty pass by Robinson.
Pierre Sarr gets the benefit of that wonderful assist. And that's going to be 4 on Brady. Crawford with the great cut, the great pass. This team moves the ball so beautifully, John, and that creates 4. And by the way, Chad Rycook has a career-high 4 blocks in this game. This is the coming out party maybe for the young man from Baylor.
You hope so. Again, you knew it was going to take some time for the rust and the instincts. He'd been away from active basketball for so long because of all the injuries. And the Tigers could certainly use him as they head on the road this weekend to a tough game in Norman, Oklahoma. And Rycook seemingly finding his way in this game. Timing is perfect prior to conference play starting later on this month.
When you got the advantage inside, you go inside, you draw fouls, you go to the line 19 times now, 14 made. The Hawks have only been to the line 5 times.
Tigers again going to go to that zone with KG lost 6-7 at the point.
Stewart. No. And there's rebound number 12 for Dedrick Lawson. Tigers trying to extend the lead. That time he didn't need to put it on the floor. Seaborn held by Jeremiah. He's okay. Boy, there's a tough kid, huh? He went right into the cameras.
Martin with a very definitive play. He makes sure there's no opportunity for 3-point play. That's just an aggressive play, nothing dirty about it. As you mentioned, he is a tough kid, playing so well this year. We talked again about it. Point guard 2-to-1 is a good number. Assist to turnover. He's over 3-to-1. And again, you're having to handle the ball in a lot of pressure situations. Very important that you can handle it.
Robinson did not miss those in the first half. By the way, Brady, I am corrected. I thought he had 4. They gave one of those fouls to Hornbeek. There's 3 Hawks now with 3 fouls at a rare turnover by the Tigers. That was excellent D by Rycook. That time he did not get himself in a position to pick up a foul. Still got in the way, and that is turnover number 6 now on Monmouth.
Hey, that's a good 6-11. You're an obstacle. Just raise your hands. You don't have to try to block everything. King Rice, his club has competed. They have played hard, like the enthusiasm. They're going to be very difficult to deal with in their conference season.
They are picked to win it. He's 500 now in his 6th year.
That's making up a lot of ground the last couple of years. Really maybe overscheduled early in his career.
Dedrick a little too strong with the 3 attempts.
And that's a hard thing for the mid-major. You got to play games, finances. You got to go up against the Tubby Smiths and all these teams. You got to do it. But if you do too many, you can break your team's spirit, particularly if they're young, by so many losses. Most of those having to come on the road.
Well, I'm just impressed with their poise on the road. Yeah, that was a team that went to overtime with South Carolina. The only place they had a little trouble with was Syracuse, and a lot of teams.
A lot of people have trouble with Carrier.
Exactly.
Well, again, I just like their demeanor. They're very comfortable. They're confident. Stewart finding the range from the wing.
And that was really good defense. He had to shoot that with 3 on the shot clock, but it keeps them alive, and that's what they do. That's their 8th 3-pointer in this game.
One of the few times I can remember the shot clock going inside 10 for Monmouth.
And it's a 4-point game again. Good move. KJ over the taller 6'10" Chris Brady. And we'll get some breathing room to 6. Brady got bumped, no call. Right back in it.
Got to get back quicker and recognize where the offensive players are. Hawks just beat Memphis down the floor that time. That's unacceptable.
They give him the 3. He burns them that time. And that'll be the 4th 3 in the game for the U of M. Stewart again feeling it. Nice one-handed rebound by KJ. It's the brother act. Won't go, but it'll go to the line. 12:18 to go in the game. The Tiger lead is 7.
Everything starts with a rebound, and the Tigers comfortable pushing the ball up the floor. And this time, Dedrick Lawson handling it inside.
That's the 11th overall foul. That is not a shooting foul. They called it on the floor. A new 30 for the Tigers. Great patience again. Markle regroup. 15 on the clock. Oh, what a good move. Cutter. That's Martin. He hung in the air forever, and the lead goes back to 9.
Acceleration.
There's 2 guards. One from Memphis, one from Monmouth, just challenging the bigs inside. They both won that battle. What a read. And the foul. That'll get Diedrich to the line. 11:33 to go. We'll shoot free throws in a minute. The under 12-minute media timeout coming your way.
Diedrich Lawson showing a little range tonight. He's been very patient. Monmouth playing good defense. Lawson's going to find an unusual situation. Nobody guarding him. Tigers up by 7.
Here.
It has been a pretty great game. But you know what? It's also a really exciting time. It's the holidays. A lot of people getting out trying to do a little shopping. Great time to come visit you at Landers.
It's the best time to buy an automobile. All my friends ask me, when do you buy a car? The last month of the last year. All the money's on the table.
All right, where do they need to come?
They need to come to Landers Auto Group, South Haven, Memphis, and Jackson, Mississippi.
All right, well, thank you so much, Mr. Ritchie. I'll send it back to you guys.
We are very appreciative of Kent for putting this Landers challenge together. That's for sure. It's been a challenge tonight for the Tigers. He's right. This Monmouth team has been outstanding. Diedrich Lawson at the line is having another one of those games. 13 points, now 14, 12 rebounds. Johnny's got a 7 assists. We could see a triple-double here.
He just has impacted the game in so many different areas, and for the most part, you just very rarely see him take an unnecessary shot. He's comfortable waiting for the game to come to him, and as you mentioned, he's had quite a night again.
Lead back to 9, and Martin's going to try to wear Robinson.
Screens out top. They'll look to cut off the screen, see if they can take an advantage for a shot or try to get to the rim.
And that runner will go. And I am really impressed with this guy. You can see why he is the Metro Atlantic Player of the Year. A year ago, preseason guy.
It's a trap. Good recognition by Martin. Didn't lose his dribble.
But then Diedrich was careless, and here's Robinson. They got numbers. Oh, and a great job by Rivers to get back on D. It'll be off the Tigers. 10:52 to go in the game. The Tigers lead by 7.
Robinson is so crafty. Gets just enough of the pick to get by Martin. Not sure what Diedrich's going to do. Kind of puts the floater up and finds yet another basket.
Stewart forced that one, but draws the foul. It'll be on Jamario Rivers. And the young man from Southwest Tennessee Community College says, Mike, are you sure? They have not had many attempts. The Tigers have been to the line 21 times. The Hawks 5. Stewart 10 of 15 on the year.
W. Smith's Tigers have been tested tonight, and the Tiger Cup, they knew this was going to be a tough game. Tough matchup just because of the experience that the Hawks had. Great season last year, obviously building off that, rolling into this year. They have gotten everything they expected.
Stewart makes them both. Once again down to 5.
There's a trap again. Good job by Martin. Doesn't pick up his dribble.
.15 on the shot clock, and there's a silly foul on Robinson. And that's 6 now on Monmouth. KJ, Rivers, Diedrich Lawson.
And you look at King Rice. Of course, played at the University of North Carolina. Very accomplished career there.
Martin forces that one. And Tillman comes away with it. Hawks down only 5. Stewart, a tough play. So he's got 4 in a row, and this game is down to a 3-point game. KJ with poise brings it up. Under 10 to go.
Monmouth did a much better job here in the second of not allowing Memphis to get a lot of shots inside. This time Lawson's going to get some free throws. Colin Stewart gets Lawson to leave his feet just enough. Goes by 4 different Tiger defenders en route to the basket.
That's a 6'8" guy doing that. The foul was on Pierre Sarr, so he's going to have 4 on him, and Diedrich misses a big free throw. 64-61. Sarr leaves, and in comes Josh James. This is the kid we talked about. He started the first 8 games, had a concussion. They thought he'd play, and he's a guy that can battle you inside a little bit. 1 of 2 for Diedrich Lawson, 65-61. Crowd wants to get their Tigers back in it. That was a lob. Stewart got it with an assist by Robinson. It's a 2-point game. The Balishnikov from KJ.
Nice move by KJ Lawson in traffic. Tigers going to have to do a better job now at the defensive end. Monmouth once again has found some opportunities. Put a lot of pressure on Memphis at the rim.
And that'll be on Diedrich. So for Lawson, that'll be, it's his first.
Again, good job, good recognition. Stewart coming to the baseline, and Robinson everybody expecting him to shoot. Beautiful alley-oop pass to Stewart.
Well, that bucket made it the closest it was since 36-33 in the first half, right before the Tigers went on their run to pull away and lead by 10 at the half.
They just make you feel uncomfortable. They do such a good job. They come at you in waves. They can just take over a game in quick bursts.
Bit of both. It's a 2-point game again.
Two-three zone once again for Monmouth. Really trying to protect that interior area, forcing Memphis to take some perimeter shots.
They went inside anyway, not close. And the foul will be on Monmouth. I believe they called that on Diego Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn didn't go straight up and down verticality. They actually extended it out towards the offensive man. Contact occurs. Rivers gets the free throws.
Rivers 2 of 2 at the stripe.
If you go straight up and you're set and contact occurs, that's not a foul on the defender. But once you break it, you lean out towards the man, that's when you're going to get the foul call.
Ooh, you miss them both. That's an ouch. Tillman. An offensive foul call on Stewart. Man, the guy that knifed through a couple of times already, that time a little over-aggressive. And the Tigers will get the ball back up 2.
David, he's confident. That's the bottom line. Nice job. Crawford gets the benefit, but Stewart is very confident and really taking it at the Tigers.
Martin and Rivers, Crawford and the Lawson brothers. So the starters with Rivers in the game. And there's this zone.
Look how they're extending
trap
out.
And double and nearly fouled. Crawford, plenty of time on the shot clock, took it anyway. KJ couldn't hold on to the rebound. Tillman to tie, and one coming.
That time the Tigers were not back, and Monmouth pushes the ball all the way down on the breakout, the basket and the three-point opportunity, which would give them the lead if he can convert. Nobody rotates back for Memphis, and Tillman gets all the way down. Martin a little bit late getting there. The Hawks with a chance to take the lead with 8:16 to go.
Tigers' biggest lead was 12. The last time Monmouth led was 17-15 with 12:57 to go in the first half, and they've regained the advantage 68-67. We told you this is a comeback team, and this zone has stymied the Tigers.
Got to be patient. You always settle for the outside shot if you have to. The ball movement's so important against the zone, not so much dribbling. Defense has plenty of time to react if you dribble against it on the perimeter. Get those angles and pass it around.
You don't want to move it in and out. Diedrich will settle for the three, halfway down and out, and here come the Hawks. 7:43 left to go in the game.
That goes. Not the best advised shot that time.
I'm not sure King Rice had that on the board.
That's
Diedrich.
That's too
again,
straight.
You're right. Early in the shot clock, Rivers with the hustle, but the ball will belong to the Monmouth Hawks. We'll take the break. 7:27 remaining in this basketball game, and surprise, Monmouth by 1 over the Tigers. You're watching the Landers Challenge on CW30, your local sports station.
6.5 a game. Ordinarily 13 points for Stewart. He has been a monster and a key component in this second half comeback. The other thing that's been a little surprising is the fast break points. 22-10 advantage for the Hawks over the Tigers in this one.
And Monmouth in the midst of an 11-3 run. And there's a big block by Wilson. I should say by Martin. Telegraphed and an easy steal. Look at the hustle by Jeremiah Martin. And Mike Stewart says it's Memphis basketball. 7:01 to go. Tigers down 1. Martin all over the court.
Good effort. Colin Stewart can't quite save it. Tries. Good job by Martin stepping in. Gets it to go right off Stewart's foot. Jeremiah's hustle is rewarded. Shot selection going to be important. I'm sure that's something that the Tigers talked about during the timeout.
I don't think Tubby was enamored with the last 2 shots Diedrich took.
Well, again, if you're going to allow him, if he's going to shoot it better than 20 feet beyond, you can get that anytime.
There's the attack. Oh, it wouldn't go down. Crawford will go to the line. By the way, the Tigers in the double bonus, and Monmouth is also now in the bonus, so free throws could become critical down the stretch. The U of M shooting 68% so far tonight, 17 of 25.
Memphis is going to be more effective when Diedrich Loss is able to get to the free throw line. The defense can collapse. That's when he's got vision for cutters. If they don't come out on him, that's an easy shot, or he can get to the rim from there.
Missed the second. We're tied. Crawford, the 4th Tiger in double figures in this basketball game now. Gotta play some D.
Good denial that time by Jeremiah Martin.
James probably a little rusty. Wide open Tillman. Oh, he nailed it. And the Tigers fall behind by 3. And that's 10 threes in the game now for this team. Diedrich finds a crack, and that's what he does best.
They're going right to the basket. That's a good shot. If you don't make it, you're in rebounding position. Nice give and go that time by the Tigers.
6 minutes to go. Tigers down 1. This team's speed has paid a toll. Fast break points 22-10. It might be the difference in this game. Nice switch by Martin. Didn't matter. Wow. All of a sudden, Justin Robinson has come right back to life. He's got 19. Leads back to 3 for Monmouth. Tigers have not lost at home this year. 6-0. Jeremiah, left hand, perfect.
Back where the shot came from, about a 6-foot shot. Much higher percentage.
Got to play some D. Big rebound. KJ Lawson. Martin's going to take 3 early in the shot clock. No, and Jeremiah Rivers bails him out, and Tubby Smith is not at all pleased with that shot selection there.
Well, again, that's a shot you can get any time. Put a little pressure on the Hawks at the rim if you can. Much better.
And they do, and Martin will go to the line, and that'll be on Quinn.
Yeah, Diego Quinn, the only one there, 6'9", couldn't stop Jeremiah Martin. Much better decision by Memphis, attacking, putting some pressure at the rim. Jeremiah Martin at 6'3", Diego Quinn at 6'9". Once again, hands come down. That's an easy call. Martin the chance at the free throw line. This is where these free throws so important. Got to be able to convert now at the free throw line.
Well, they've had 27 attempts. The Hawks 10. And there's another big miss. Monmouth now with 5 players with 3 or more fouls. So the Tigers, the game plan is to go inside, but you got to capitalize when you're on the line. 64% is not the ticket.
Yeah, that's the one area for Jeremiah Martin. He's got to improve. Only a 50% free throw, 52% free throw shooter coming in this game. When you're the point guard, you're going to have your hand on the ball down the stretch. You're going to have to go to the free throw line and convert.
0 for 3 tonight. To tie it, he got that one. Knotted at 73. It'll be a nerve-wracking 4:35. Martin's got the assignment on Robinson. He's now the leading scorer in the game at 19.
Trying to get Robinson to come off of a screen.
Well, that's not Brady's shot either. And away from the ball, there's a shove underneath. It will go against Josh James. So the senior with a big mistake there.
And we talk about shot selection on one end, and Memphis will settle for that. That takes the big rebounder out of position. Good job by Memphis blocking out. Rivers is going to go to the free throw line.
Go figure, the Brady 3. That's only his 5th all year.
Yeah,
and that was early in the shot clock.
There's a reason you're open from there.
Yeah. Rivers 73%, and it rings right through, and the Tigers regain the lead. Rivers now 3 of 5, 3 of 6 from the line. It's a 1-point game. Aggressive man-to-man for the Tigers here. Shot clock at 13. Robinson looks over at his coach.
Good help by Crawford.
And Martin got a piece of that one. In transition, Rivers blocked from behind by Stewart. Long rebound by James. And now finally they get everybody down. Tillman had been on the other side to play D. 3.5 to go in the game. The Tigers lead by 1. And that one was on Dietrich. He got ball, but he got a hand too. And we've come to the under 4-minute media timeout. The crowd nervous. They've come to life, but it's only a 1-point game. And free throws are coming for Monmouth when we come back to FedEx Forum. What a game.
Jeremiah, this time Martin with a block. The crowd reaction, they realize it was an important defensive play by Jeremiah Martin.
The defense has allowed the Tigers to regain the lead. Monmouth scoreless for the last 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Neither coach has called a timeout in this game. And Brady, who took that weird shot a little bit ago, 80% on the year, misses the first. Now we're tied again. That, by the way, the 6th tie. We've had 4 lead changes.
Extending that zone out. Here comes a trap.
Martin was smart there, and all that finger roll wouldn't go. Brady with a big rebound, and the Tigers once had a huge advantage there. It's all knotted up on the boards. Robinson blocked by Dietrich. And then both players go down, and the late whistle here.
I think he just went out of bounds.
Yeah, I think so.
Robinson is just fearless. He is attacking everybody and anything. Tigers got the block, but couldn't keep it in bounds.
Believe it or not, that was the first block by Dietrich Lawson in the game. They got to come all the way out. They got plenty of time on that shot clock. It's at 20 right now.
They're looking to get Robinson the ball in the open court, let him create. Good job by Jeremiah Martin denying.
And the ball movement for Robinson. Good D. With 5 on the clock, it's Hornbeek again. And it's a 3-point Monmouth lead. Their biggest in the first half was 5. This equals their biggest advantage in the second.
Really extending that zone out. They're trapping in areas. They're forcing Memphis 4 and 5 feet beyond where they want to set their offense up. Good timeout.
And the first timeout in this basketball game. That is hard to believe. 77-74. Tubby's going to draw it up. The Tigers are down a 3. Premiere was last Monday. That's right. There is a new day and a time this year. Mondays at 6:30 right here on CW30, your local sports station. So, John, what has Tubby just drawn up?
Well, I think he's going to make sure that they get a good look this time. This will be a design play from the timeout. Again, what Monmouth had done a good job with that zone is pushing Memphis out further from where they want to start their offense.
14 on the shot clock.
Ideally, when you extend that out, somebody could flash to the free throw line. Good job. Good execution. Just couldn't get it to go. Got a high percentage. Now you got to really play good defense now.
And this guy's been unreal. He's hit 6 threes in the game. Finally a miss. And Dietrich a much needed defensive rebound. Martin. Yes, and one with 2:03 left to go in the game. Memphis can tie it the old-fashioned 3-way.
Yeah, I'm sure that Tubby Smith talked about trying to get the ball to the rim, put some pressure on the Hawks defense. This time Jeremiah Martin at 6'3", going to go up against 6'11". Chris Brady, we've seen this a number of times. He's got just that touch to hang just long enough, create the contact and get the shot, and definitely need a free throw to find its way in this time for Jeremiah Martin.
Martin 1 of 4 from the line, but he makes it when he had to.
Now defense got to be the calling card. Tigers in a 1-2-2. Small of a containment press. On the back off in the man. Look at this 6'7" KJ Lawson on the top of this 1-2-2 zone.
This is what stymied him in the first half.
Just to get a hand in Robinson's, in his window, make sure he doesn't have an uncontested shot.
Oh, almost an and one, and that foul will be called on, I think it's Rivers. 2 shots coming for Pierre Sarr. He's playing with 4 fouls. There's a bunch, 3 of them playing with 4 fouls.
Yeah, so impressed with Robinson's ability to navigate traffic. He just knifes in between guys. 4 guys in his vicinity, yet found his teammate Sarr.
Wow, CR 8 of 9 on the year, misses the first. With 1:40 to go, it's a little different with pressure.
Yeah, inside 2 minutes on the road, it is a different set of pressure.
Well, this is a kid from Senegal, just his second start in this game, and he makes 1 of 2, and the Hawks regain the lead.
See if Memphis tries to do the same thing. Again, that zone is extending out. If you can flash somebody to the free throw line, you got a huge advantage.
Martin nearly lost the ball there for a second.
There you go. Perfect. Got it right to the free throw line. Bingo. Excellent execution.
And Markel Crawford finishes, and the Tigers lead it by 1.
Tigers in straight man-to-man this trip defensively.
It'll be Martin on Robinson who makes everything tick for this team. Horn back next to him has scored a lot of points this second half.
1 minute.
A minute to go, and the ball's lost. Rivers has it. Rivers tried to get it to Martin. Still loose on the floor. And it hit the corner off a Who. Memphis basketball.
Great effort by both teams. Everybody hitting the deck.
Well, Rivers should have called the timeout. And now the Little conference here with Olsen and Nestor.
In the traffic coming right at you. You're right. You had a chance to call timeout. Look at the effort. People diving. Good job. Effort by James. Right over there on the sideline is where they called Hornbeak out of bounds.
I thought his leg was touching. They may come to watch this. I think they're.
Yeah.
Timeout is called, and I don't know if they're reviewing this or this is just a timeout called by King Rice. It's Memphis's ball, and it is a timeout by the Tigers with 52.4 to go at a 1-point lead, 79-78.
If there's a foul, Memphis will be in the double bonus, so that's the good news. Still plenty of time. You don't have to foul if you're Monmouth. You can put a lot of pressure on you. They may even choose the old Jim Valvano method. Go ahead and foul early to get more possessions. So that's possible.
They could do that. I think Monmouth has 10 team fouls, so the Tigers are going to be shooting 2 the rest of the way. Football fans, the Tigers are going bowling. They meet Western Kentucky a week from tonight in the Boca Raton Bowl. Can't wait for that. Get all the latest information about the game straight from the head coach. It's the Mike Norvell Show. It is a special 1-hour bowl preview show at a very special time this Sunday night at 8 right here on CW30, your local sports station. I would think you would just play really good defense, right? You got 52 seconds left, 26 in the shot clock for the Tigers.
You could be unconventional, but as quick as they are, David, they've got plenty of time to take multiple shots if they don't get a steal.
Rivers is very patient there. Martin does beat the 10-second clock. Now the Tigers will play a little keep away for another 5 or 6 seconds. Shot clock's down to 9. They're going to get the offense going. Martin had it stolen away. 4 seconds left on the clock. And Tubby's going to call a play here.
Yeah, plenty of time to still get a good shot. This is one, if you can get it going to the rim, put pressure on the defense, that's ideal.
Knocked away. Big turnover there. Just the 7th on the U of M in the game. And Monmouth can play for the win here. The shot clock is turned off. And this time King Rice will use a 30-second timeout. 79-78. That's the first timeout for King Rice, and he likes his chances.
Well, all you can ask for is a chance at the end for an opportunity to win it. That's exactly where the Hawks are. Memphis, good ball movement. Again, rotating back to that free throw line, Dedrick. Peter Glosson right there. Good quick passes. Crawford finally gets it. Again, when that zone extends out, the free throw line is where you can get a real advantage. You basically got, you know, a 3-on-2 opportunity if you can get it there. But now Memphis really in a tough spot because you've got Justin Robinson, who's obviously going to be the key guy. If you can deny him, that's great, but he can also shoot it. He can penetrate, kick it off. You got to really make sure there's only one shot.
So the Tigers, you just saw the play that put them ahead. They may have used a little too much time in that last possession. We're forced with 4 seconds to go and never really got it going in a critical turnover. If you're thinking way ahead and we get a bunch of whistles here and this thing goes to overtime, Memphis leading by 1 at the moment. Last time there was an overtime game was last year against Tulsa. And the Smoothie King player of the game, Dedrick Lawson. Dedrick, 18 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists.
Looks like Memphis is going to go straight man. Jeremiah Martin with a very tough assignment. Look for help defense. There's a pick on the high side.
Dedrick follows him down. He lost the ball. They call the foul with 14.2 to go. And Robinson's a 79% free throw shooter. 2 shots coming. I think it's on Dedrick.
Again, the high ball screen by Brady. Coming right at you. He's done this all night long. Just an acrobat. Actually, just ran interference. Brady didn't actually set the screen, just ran interference.
And This one goes. My goodness, there was a lot of drama there. Tie game, 79 all. Robinson now with 20 points. There's plenty of time, though. If this goes down, you've got the ball. 14.2 to go. Right down the middle. And they will take Robinson out here, and they will bring in Austin Tillman, bigger, thicker, and Tubby's going to take another timeout. 14.2 left to go.
Got to get it to the rim. Got to put pressure on the defense. However, you got to do that if they extend out on the 2-3. Again, if you find somebody flashing, ideally, Dedrick Gloss at the free throw line. Defense doesn't commit, you take it right to the rim. If they commit, you look at one of the guys on the baseline, cutting right to the rim. But you want to take this to the basket. You're getting a free throw, or you're getting a basket, or you're going to get an offensive rebound.
So do you go with Dedrick, or do you go with your best slasher here, maybe Markel Crawford?
Well, again, it depends on what the defense. They've been 2-3 with the extension. Moss is the ideal guy to flash to that free throw line area because he's 6'9", he can see everything. Now right now they're going to show straight man. Let's see if they trap a little bit and roll back in to the zone, or they play straight man. If they play straight man, Memphis can get to the rim.
Well, they deny the inbound. That took a little bit of time. Now Crawford's going to have to bring it up himself. Martin with 7 seconds to go. Way out. Down to 4. Makes a move. Goes down. And they're going to say he touched the sideline. 1 second to go. The ball will belong to Monmouth.
Monmouth with a very good defensive sequence. Never allowed Memphis any opportunity to get to the rim. Everything was perimeter oriented. Never a threat at all.
And that was pretty good D by Josh James.
Yeah, nothing moving his feet. He's giving way.
Tigers have to foul as soon as it comes in. Catch is made. Point not. Well, they're not going to let this thing in. There's going to be .2, I believe. But for all practical purposes, this one is over. Monmouth is going to win their 8th straight. That is going to tie a school record. Best start in their school history was 9-2. That was back in 1990. Tubby Smith had a chance to start 8-2. That would have been the second best start. Now we'll have to settle for 7-3. This will be the first home loss this year.
Yeah, disappointing if you're Memphis, but again, this is a good team. Take a look. Clock starts now. Yeah, there'll be some time.
Oh, yeah, that could be .6,
yep.
really.
But you have to give Monmouth a lot of credit. David down 10 points at the half, but they just never concede anything. Again, their aggressive play. They were very confident last night. Not cocky, but very confident in their practice last night. Really felt like they could compete. And again, this is a solid team.
Oh, yeah. Well, the team they lost to on the road at South Carolina will be here later in the month. You know how competitive they are. If they could do that in Columbia, South Carolina, I remember going there last year and getting free throwed out of the gym.
That's right.
So here's 2 coming for Hornbeek, and really Robinson and Hornbeek, 40 points between the two. They were killers tonight. This one's down. It's .7, so you could actually, if this goes down, you could inbound hit a 3 to tie the game.
You're right. Got enough time. Stranger things have happened.
So he makes them both. You know, I actually think it's better to miss that because you gotta go throw the ball 90 feet.
The only thing is if you don't hit the rim and you hit the backboard, and it's a violation.
So all you can do now is throw it length of the court and basically fire the ball. You can with .7 get a look,
or get a foul
from 3,
or get a foul. That's the one dangerous thing. If you're Monmouth, you don't want to get too close, and if you're an offensive player, you make sure there's contact. You create contact. Make the ref make a play or call.
Believe it or not, Memphis had not used the timeout to the last 2-3 minutes of this game. Now they've used their final timeout. Well, this will be a heartbreaker. You were up 12 in this game. But Monmouth won't go away. They came back from a big deficit. I told you earlier in the year at Holy Cross. Down 5 with 13 seconds to go. They won that basketball game. They sent it in overtime. And, yeah, a lot of people thought Tigers were going to skate away with this thing when they were up 12. But this kid Robinson, this shooter Hornbeek, they were very, very good. And they took the Tigers out of it with his own defense.
David, people who follow college basketball know that this is a solid club, and they were going to give Memphis everything that they had. The Tiger coaches, they knew this was going to be a competitive game. They were not overconfident by any stretch working through what they did yesterday. But you just have to give the Hawk players a lot of credit for not being denied. Not over yet, as you mentioned, still enough time.
Rivers gets to run, and that's tipped, and that'll do it. Excellent job that time by Sarr, and the Tigers will fall to 8-3. It's an 8-2, I should say. The Tigers fall to 7-3. It'll be a 9-2 start for Monmouth, and Tubby will figure it all out. They'll hit the road. They'll go to Oklahoma. This one's going to hurt for a little bit, though. Got to thank everybody who was a part of the Landers Challenge, all the crew from local CW30, your local sports station, 82-79. That is your final. For John Albright and the entire crew, I'm Dave Woloshin. So long, everybody, from FedEx Forum.